It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, August 21st. It is the middle of the week. We have headed up the up the hump. It's hump day. Hump day. Who actually humps on hump day? Raise your hand in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you're doing on Wednesday evenings. Under the sheets. Speaking of under the sheets, I was watching Love is Blind UK last night. Not going to give any spoilers away because it's worth the watch. And I'm on the episode where the engaged couples head to their vacation locale. For the Love is Blind US, I think they go to an area in Mexico. On Love is Blind UK, they go to Corfu, Greece. I mean, they just really have it good over there. And Dylan, my son, he walked in because this is like, when he was supposed to be going to bed, but he walked in. He's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Nothing, just Love is Blind." And it's like right before they're all kind of like eating chocolate covered strawberries, about to go make out. And he's like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my, are we going to see?" No, Dylan, we are not watching sexual relations on Love is Blind UK. It is a great, great show. Josh, my YouTube moderator, gifted 5 Daily Dose of Donna memberships. How do you get those Daily Dose of Donna memberships? By being here in the live feed, commenting, engaging, liking, showing your love. If you've gotten the memberships, make sure to leave it in the comments because I want to see who got them from Josh. Thank you so much. Well, let's get cozy because we've got some breakups to talk about. We've got a few different stories to get over today. It's just your typical hump day conversations here on Daily Dose of Donna. Kelly is asking, how do I get a membership myself? Well, if you guys don't know, on the YouTube community, there should be a join button below. I will put it in the show notes. I try to put it in everyday show notes to make sure that you guys have access. What do you get when you join the YouTube memberships? Well, we do a members only live once every 2 weeks. I have to schedule our next one. I'm a little bit thrown with my kids being home with their schedules, so it may be next week, but I am trying very hard to get one in as soon as possible. And it's a really fun way for us to communicate and go back and forth. I did one last week. Yeah. So I'll do it next week, another members only. It will be a lot of fun. We get to chat. You get to feel like a safer place for us all to hang out. And look at that. Ann Fletcher also gave away 5 Daily Dose of Donna memberships. What a love. Really so sweet. Thank you so much, everyone. Make sure to come on over to the lives. If you're curious, when I go on YouTube, for anyone on audio, 11 a.m. approximately. Sometimes it's 11:05 or 11:10, depending on the day, but it's 11 a.m. Pacific. So that's 2 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday, barring any major stuff with my kids or life stuff. But we're here. We're here. And some of us are queer. Nothing wrong with that because we tend to love all and send cheer. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, by the way, I wanted to let you know. Today I am guesting. I think the episode airs tomorrow, but I'm not exactly sure. On Pink Shade podcast. That's with Mary Payne. I don't know if you guys watch or listen to her. I'm excited. We're going to be talking about OC. We're going to be talking about Real Housewives of New Jersey. It is nice to not have to talk so much about Jersey these days, although there is a little bit of a story with the Jersey story, and it has to do with a thong. Should we get right into it? Ooh, that girl's so scandalous. Nothing can handle this. Living the vida loca. Yes. There was an article today on Daily Mail. I posted it on my Facebook page. And the article was my Facebook group, by the way, the Daily Dose of Donna Facebook group. The article was it was a real article. And it basically says, Gia, Teresa's daughter, 23 years old, poses in a bikini and thong on vacation. And it's the pictures, and it's her front side, it's her back side. And the entire time that I'm reading this article, I'm thinking to myself, are they making fun of us? Are we getting trolled? or is Louis behind this? Something is amiss. Now, she's 23 years old, okay? She's 23 years old, so she can do whatever the frick she wants, and that's okay. Why I think it's a little strange to be on a family vacation in a thong, like, it's not necessarily where I wanna be on, family vacation. Can you imagine, like, around my kids in a thong, just, like, walking around? Now she's 23, like I said, but still, the whole thing just it doesn't sit well with me. Let me pull up the article so you guys can actually see it here. I'll screen share. So, in case you guys wanna see the thong, maybe you wanna buy the thong, maybe this is what you wanna do for Halloween. I mean, she's got a great body. Look, she's got a great body. She's got a fit body, beautiful gold bathing suit, and there's her butt. And you know that her mom or Louis took that picture, which just makes it weird. You know, are they still on this vacation? Are they? Are they still on this vacation? Now, some people are saying that this is a photoshopped picture. They're noticing there's bends in the railing, there's like shifts in the I don't know, and I don't really care. But they're still on this vacation that will never end. I don't know who that is down there. It's probably one of maybe it's her boyfriend. It says she was with her boyfriend. Maybe her boyfriend took the picture. Let's hope her boyfriend took the picture. Here in this group picture, let's see if we can spot people. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but this looks like Louis here. That looks like Teresa, Jen Aiden, some of the daughters. That looks like Bill right there, huh? It's a crew. It's quite a crew. Okay, get that ad off. It's quite the crew. Um, Louis is so dark in this picture that you literally almost can't see him. It's the craziest thing. You just see teeth. Like his white teeth can light up a dark room. Anyway, I am glad for Gia that she is living her life loud and proud. I find it to be a little bit funny that there's an article about her being in a thong, given the fact that this was the story that was going around last week about how creepy Louis was talking about his stepdaughters in a thong. Tomorrow, on tomorrow's show, it's Thong Thursday. So when you come here to the live show of Daily Dose of Donna, I need to see all of you in a thong. Okay. I'll be in a thong right now. No, you can see my shorts. I was going to say, you don't know what's below my shirt, but I'm in a thong right now. In fact, I do wear G-string underwear, and this may be TMI, but I've always found it to be more comfortable. But, just so you know, tomorrow is Thong Thursday, and Cisco is going to be here singing the song. He's going to sing, "Ooh, that girl so scandalous." And he's talking about Gia. Teresa, I am not sad to stop talking about that family. But let's talk about another former housewife who is driving me bonkers, and that is Brandi Glanville. And we spoke about her yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's episode, go back and watch it because the article that was released on The Sun, we played the video here on the YouTube channel of the actual video text that Andy Cohen sent Brandi with Kate Chastain under the influence, definitely of alcohol, but in a very joking manner. It was very obvious to say, we're going to have sex tonight and think about you and, whatever. And you know that when Brandi received that text message or that video, you know that her first thought was like, hell yeah, that sounds so fun. We know Brandi Glanville. Brandi, if you're watching this, we know who you are. We know what kind of hijinks you've gotten into on that show. We don't think that you are, Sister Brandi Glanville from the nunnery, if that's a thing. And a nun, a nunnery. Um, I think for me that when you know someone's personality, when you know someone's character, and then they completely try to change who they are for the benefit of whatever they're trying to accomplish or whatever story they're trying to tell, we see right through it. So if you're someone that is incredibly wild, a partier, drinker, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you, come out here like as little Miss Perfect with morals and values and all of these things. We're going to look at you like a little side eyed. So this for me makes me feel like Brandi is definitely grasping. I mean, her attorney or whoever she's working with is saying, please, 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 um, find a way to make it look like he really offended you and really affected you. So yesterday we did the video, which was of Andy and Kate talking to Brandi, or the video that they actually sent to Brandi. But today, another article came out based on that same article because I didn't watch the whole interview. And in it, it says Brandi Glanville felt Andy Cohen pressured her to get together with Southern Charm star Austin Kroll. She alleges, Brandi Glanville alleged in a new bombshell interview that Andy Cohen made her feel like a sex worker whom he was pimping out to other Bravo celebrities and crew members, including Austin Kroll. I think that Andy wants me to take over and conquest the people, that he can't because they're straight, she told the US Sun. So I am like his little sex worker, and I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm a mom of two. I've been in two long-term relationships my entire life. I'm not what he's made me in his head. Is anyone else frustrated with the situation? Does she think that we all suffer from like memory loss, dementia? We're not like all We're not in Delulu land, Brandi. You may have only had 2 serious relationships, but that's not because you haven't, like, been hooking up left and right. Literally, all we've seen on Real Housewives and all the shows that Brandi Glanville have been on, all we've seen are her, flirting, making out, touching, kissy, like, come on, come on. I can't with this. She continues to say, she provided the outlet, The Sun, with copies of text messages and emails in which she engaged with Andy in conversation about potential new suitors and ex hookups. Is it ex hookups? Yeah. She said, I've been dealing with very sexually explicit texts and emails for over a decade, and none of them were jokes. I had to act like I wasn't bothered with it. Because what if I said you're disgusting? You think I would ever work again or F off? No, I would be dead in the water. One of the text exchanges reportedly took place shortly after BravoCon 2022. And Andy Cohen allegedly wrote to Glanville at the time, kind of hoping you and my stage manager hook up. She replied, I think he wants you, which prompted the Watch What Happens live host to burst out laughing. The following day, Andy Cohen allegedly told Glanville, I really wanted you and Austin to get together. He had his eyes on you, referring to Kroll. This is Austin from Southern Charm. He did not dismiss the comment at the time. Shocker. And instead acknowledged, he already DM'd me like 4 times. Shep too. But Austin had his girl with him. I'm going to Charleston for sure, with a smiley face. And I don't even like blondes. We need more male options. Wow, it sounds like she's really upset. Sounds like she was really offended. How about just a simple comment of LOL if you're worried about getting fired? She's going into detail about how she's going to Charleston to visit him and how they're all texting her. This, you guys, this is rewriting history. This is like me sending a text to someone saying, "Hey, do you want pizza for lunch?" And them saying, "Yes, I am obsessed with pizza. I love pizza." And then 3 days later saying, "I just felt bad. I didn't want to tell them that I didn't like pizza." Well, what? You can't, no, no, no. You're so desperate right now. I love how it says Page 6 reached out to Kroll for comment. Poor Austin is like, what the hell? Why did I get dragged into this one? Apparently he had spoken about his interactions with Brandi at BravoCon 2022 in an episode of his Pillows and Beer podcast, but he didn't go into too much detail. Although the former housewife seemed open to getting to know Kroll in the text, of course she did. She told The Sun that she now views Cohen's actions as an abuse of power. Your boss should never talk to you that way. We are not friends. We do not hang out outside of work ever. And we were at a work event. Yes, you were at a work. You were at, a court case. You were BravoCon 2022 hammered. What? I can't. Um, she continued, I felt this tremendous amount of pressure to please him, but that was too far. I'm not going to go and sleep with someone. As if Andy would ever like fire Brandi if she said, ew, no, I don't want to hook up with Austin. Gross. Or she responded to him, she could have responded to Andy, ew, please stop trying to hook me up with people. He wouldn't be like, that's it. You're never working in this channel again. He would have been like, oh, okay, fine. I'll go mess with someone else. Like, it is so light and fun. And I'm sorry, there is something to be said about a gay man and a straight woman. And I don't think that this is like stereotypical, but I have a lot of gay friends. And the way that we communicate via text or just in person, sending pictures of things that we see online, sending quotes, sending comments, like we are very, very like loose in our conversations. It's a very different description, different kind of relationship that a straight woman would have with a straight male. And I'm sorry, if Andy Cohen was a straight man, this would feel different. I do believe there is a world here where it has to do with it. It's like, I don't know. I don't see it as the same. I just don't. Um, She says he really is like pimping me out. I mean, it felt that way. That is a different kind of boss. That is a pimp. I am not a hooker. You are not my pimp. You are not my pimp. She's calling Andy Cohen a pimp. I'm dead over it. A source tells Page Six exclusively, though, that Cohen was not Brandi's boss when the text occurred, as he is also talent on Bravo and has not worked as a network executive in a decade. He is, however, an executive producer for several of the Housewives shows, but we're told he does not have hiring or firing power, which I actually kind of agree with. A source says Cohen, along with other executive producers, gives his opinion on who should be cast for the upcoming seasons. But ultimately, the network decides who will star on the shows. He's not her boss, the source reiterates. She also provided at least 2 other examples of where she and Cohen openly discussed sex. After appearing on Watch What Happens Live and telling the host that her ex-husband, Eddie Cibrian, was a 9 in bed, she allegedly received an email from Cohen that read, "Get home safe." Eddie was a 9? What? We are grasping at the graspy level of like, this is like I don't know. This is like needle in a haystack looking for something. This is as thirsty and as desperate. This is parched. We're in a desert. Like we are in a drought. This is bad, bad, bad. And whatever is making her continue to take this hole and dig herself. She brought up on a TV show that her ex husband was a 9 in bed. And he responded, he was a 9. And now she's saying that this is disgusting. You brought it up. Remember Brandi? She also threw wine or whatever at Jeff Lewis. Wasn't that what it was? She poured wine. Brandi poured wine on, what was it? She did something to Ellen. Okay, hold on. Let me try to find this. Yeah, it was on Watch What Happens Live. Let's watch this moment together just in case you forgot kind of who Brandi was.
Wants to know if Brandi can put her hands through Jeff's hairs like I did Kenya's the other night to prove he doesn't wear
9 years ago.
I have a lot of products in, but
Yeah.
you can.
You know what? I'm not going to do that to you, Jeff, because
Can I get an STD from that?
yeah,
No,
pretty much.
no. I pulled
You better
Kenya's.
check your mother
I yeah.
before you do this.
Yeah.
I have something to say to Jeff about the whole like.
Not the most awkward moment. There's so many moments over the years of Brandi Glanville acting like a jerk. And apparently, yeah, she did this to Ellen, not what's her name? God, you guys help me. Eileen Davidson. She did it with her. I mean, she did it with everyone. I can Google Brandi Glanville. Okay. Brandi Glanville's most iconic moments. This is 3 years ago on for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So this is posted by Bravo. Let's see if we can watch it just for a minute. And it's honestly, it says Brandi Glanville's most iconic moments. So it's probably a lot of her big moments, but let's watch it.
We had gotten along for so long. So, listen, you've had the same hairdo for 20 years, and you're basing it on my look?
Where does that come from?
I mean, you're basing it on
That's
my
not
look?
inappropriate.
You are pathetic, okay? All right, time out. Oh, wait, now you're the mother? Time out. You probably don't even have a child. Hi, Camille. She does have 2 sons who, by the way, peed on the grass, and you didn't even apologize for that.
Don't talk about my children.
I get that kids do that. But you're like, oh, you know, whatever. I expect you.
Oh my God.
I don't know, maybe you're going to use the F word. Kids don't know any better. Right. The mothers do. The mothers do.
I was on her side on this one too.
Jump up and go catch his pee with my hands?
By the way, having 2 sons, I was on her side about this too, because when my sons were like 2 and 4, I couldn't get them to not pee in the backyard when we were out, like by the pool. This was definitely a moment for Kyle and Kim. Let's see. Let's get past this. This was, she was, she went after Kim. This was the moment.
You do not want to go there. Go with my kids. My sister, don't ever talk about her like that again. You know nothing about her. You've never even met her. Do not talk about her.
You're right. I didn't meet her.
Then don't talk like that. You do not say.
Do not put your finger in my face.
You're going to get my finger in your face too.
Okay.
Really threaten me. Listen. No. Right now. Done. Enough. You're a pig. Okay.
Okay. So there's a lot of obviously moments there. But that was it. Listen, it's not inappropriate necessarily. This is just kind of like a little bit of Brandi being Brandi. Here's more.
1990.
Okay, do it. Show me how you do it when you
do what you did today.
How do you do the hair?
do it. I need a script and I need some words.
Come on, get on the phone.
Pay me some money and I'll do it.
I'll give you 12.
Hold on.
You just said to
Wait, I'm dealing with.
You just said $40.
Okay. Do the scene that you did today.
Horse out actors by the freeway.
Listen.
For food.
Lisa, if you don't do it, Lisa will.
Anyway,
She
I'm
won
gonna
an
throw a
Emmy.
drink on
She
you.
won an Emmy. So
She says, I'm going to throw a drink
That's
on you.
pretty. That is pretty.
I know. Thank you so much.
Oh, she's so annoying to me. I don't know what this one was. Is this the boat? Yep. So this was when they were, I think, in Paris, right? When she slaps Lisa Vanderpump.
Well, just go back.
If you hit me, I'll hit you back.
Okay. Pick on somebody your own size. Go on, go.
Go do it.
Pick on somebody your own. No.
Yeah. Not okay. And then there's a lot more moments, obviously. But Brandi Glanville is a mess. I'm sorry. She really is.
We could have gotten a better spot. Oh my God. I swear I think
I'm feeling drunkish. Okay.
Drunkish.
Drunkish.
Have some more. Can we have some water? Here, have some water.
I know that. Who needs water?
I can already see
She's hammered.
Brandi going to the.
Okay. So anyway, we could do this for an hour, but the point is that Brandi Glanville is a hot mess. Okay. And we've seen her be a hot mess for so many years. I can't take it seriously. I just can't. I can't. That's my feelings on the matter. Brandi is grasping at straws. Okay. By the way, isn't it so crazy to see how different Kyle Richards looks through the years? Like Kyle Richards is so wild. Also about Brandi, and a lot of what, her personality was stuff that wasn't on the show. You would see her in paparazzi shots. You'd see her falling all over the place. You'd read stories about her. You'd see her on podcasts or in interviews, just acting like such a mess. This is not the first and only time that, she's been involved in some kind of yucky behavior. So it's all good. Let's move on. So we have had a crazy couple breakups in the Hollywood atmosphere over the last couple days, or actually I should say over the last days. And the first one, let's start with Ben and Jen. Obviously, we talked about this on Instagram yesterday. I posted a reel about this, but Ben and Jen have officially called it quits. How Jen filed for divorce yesterday, which was crazy. I didn't realize this because I was looking at the dates. I was thinking about how weird the timing was. And I didn't realize that yesterday was actually exactly 2 years to the day that they got married. So she waited for their 2-year anniversary to file. Either it happened to be on that day or she saw a couple things that just said, I can't do this any longer. Now, forget about the fact that they're getting divorced. We know that they were going to get divorced. I think everyone was pretty aware of this. We all saw it coming. They weren't pictured together since like April or May. He bought another house, like the whole thing. No one's wearing rings, whatever. But what I do find a little interesting is the speculation on why this actually went down. Some people are saying that Ben Affleck is a serial cheater since he cheated allegedly on Jen Garner with an SNL writer or something along those lines. And apparently he's been, cheating on all of his women through the years. Okay, so that's one of the possibilities. For some reason, that's not what it is in my brain. I think Ben Affleck, my speculation of this is this. Ben Affleck is someone, he's an addict, right? We're very, very clear on that. I think he has admitted it. He is he's sober apparently from alcohol. I don't know. I've heard other stories, not just about alcohol, but other things. But he is an addict. And from what I know about addicts, and this may not be across the board, but there's like a little bit of a need for excitement, dopamine hits, anything like that, right? And right around COVID, a little bit after COVID, he starts hooking up with his old time love, J-Lo. Do you ever have those moments with exes? If you're single, if you've been just say in a relationship and then you guys break up and you move on, you start something else with someone else, they start something else with someone else, maybe you have kids, you live a different life, but you always think about that person, right? That person is kind of like in your mind, the one that got away, right? And you almost fantasize about, I wonder what it would be like, or, oh, the timing doesn't work. And then all of a sudden you find that you're single. And this ex of yours, when things were like in your mind so glamorous and beautiful and amazing, and maybe the sex was incredible and the partying was so fun. And at that time, maybe Ben was drinking a lot and he just like really looked back at his life just as this like, oh my gosh, that was the heyday when I was with J-Lo. And then it's after COVID, things are a little bit slower in life. And you realize you find yourself in a position where, oh my gosh, my ex, this woman that I loved and had such a great relationship filled with all these highs, is now single again. And so am I. And so why don't we see if the magic works? This is why you hear a lot of married couples like that marry and divorce and then marry again down the line. So this is not so crazy. But they ended up getting back together. And in my mind, I feel like that Ben probably just got kind of wrapped up in the serotonin and the dopamine of like being with this ex and kind of living it up again and just like, oh my gosh, look how gorgeous you are. And honestly, probably it was very passionate in the bedroom and all of those things. And for whatever reason, I think he overlooked many, many aspects of J-Lo who are in her personality type, right? Very, very fame driven, very publicity driven, wants to go to the red carpets, be at all the award shows, get her picture taken. Clearly, she's like a very, very, she wants to be in the spotlight. And he almost probably overlooked a lot of that for this kind of romanticized, idealized idea of who they could be together. Quickly after they got married, it became like a whirlwind in the press, of course, and we started to see all this footage of he being with her on red carpets at events, looking like he wanted to die, really looking like he was miserable, like looking like how we look when we have to go to the dentist. And he is In a lot of the footage that we've seen, it almost looks like he's drinking a little bit or a little bit under some sort of influence. He doesn't look 100% there. He looks very angry with her in all his pictures with her. There's that one video where he's putting her back into the car, opening the door for her, and he closes it and he kind of goes like, almost like, oh my God, shut up. It's giving me a little bit of a vibe of when your kids are like 2 years old, like 4 years old. Like in the 4-year-old stage when they're like, mommy, 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 can I have mommy? Can I have? Can I have? And you put them in the car seat and you close the door and you're like, that was a lot. That was the vibe. So, I think he just got very frustrated with her need to constantly be in the public eye and on. And then they bought this $60 freaking million house, which is just wild to think about. And immediately, like, they went on this tour of all these homes and buying houses. And it's like, it was all just so much. Maybe in my mind, maybe he wanted or he thought that he was just going to live happily ever after and didn't realize that, like, he picked J-Lo. And J-Lo is someone that needs a lot. We've seen her documentaries. We've seen her movies. We've heard the stories. She is someone just recently, I forget who, what's her name from Hills, Whitney Port. Whitney has a podcast, the girl from The City and The Hills. She has a podcast and she was talking, I think, with her husband on the show about when she was in the Hamptons and she actually physically saw J-Lo set up a shoot of her getting ice cream with the paparazzi or like on the bike. This is literally J-Lo's high. J-Lo's addiction to fame, as Andrew says, Ben's addiction is similar to Jen's addiction to fame. Now, in my mind, I feel like Ben is craving and wishing for a very, very calm, understated relationship like a Jen Garner again. I don't think she'll ever give him another chance if she's smart. I think that he probably severely ruined her trust in him just over the years with the cheating rumors and then the addictions. But just seeing photos of them dropping off the daughter, Violet, at college in the last couple days. So it's Jen Garner and Ben and Violet, and then Violet's younger sister, Serafina. Or I don't know if Serafina goes by Finn. I'm not sure. But the four of them are in Connecticut. They're getting lunch, they're walking, they're shopping. And like, honestly, they look like just a very sweet, nice foursome family. Their son is not with them in the pictures, their youngest son. I guarantee you, J-Lo saw that. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because she was probably just jealous that she wasn't in the paparazzi photos. She was like, wait, there's paparazzi photos of Ben and Jen and I'm not there. Apparently all of their kids, they have, 5 kids together between the two of them. Obviously not any of them are shared. And they are, apparently all aware of this, that it's ending. J-Lo went to file, apparently without a lawyer or anything. That seems a little bit sus. And there was from what we've seen, no prenup or anything. Obviously, she's not requesting spousal support, and she's requesting that he does not request spousal support either. There's no children in between. I think if anything, it's maybe some assets, their purchases together, $60 million house, all of that. But it's obviously definitely not, it's not so shocking. I just think he's like a little bit damaged too. From what I've heard, I just don't think he's very easy. I think he's pretty emotional. I think he like his lifestyle feels very dark to me. I never see Ben and feel like an air of light. Whereas when I see Matt Damon, his buddy forever, I do totally feel that. From what I've heard, there's been a lot of, prescription medication that he takes. It's a lot of down and up and emotions and heaviness and drinking and smoking. And it's like, he's dark. He has a dark energy about him. And I don't know if you feel that. And J-Lo, to me, doesn't really have that, but I think she's difficult probably. So I think that between the two of them, obviously it's like a recipe for disaster. she's also had maybe the worst year of her entire life this year, being that she had that crazy, all the stuff coming out about her on TikTok. I don't know if it was only this year or a little last year, about all the bad press about her. Then she had, where everyone was writing stories about or saying stories about how horrible their life was when they worked with her. And then she had, of course, all the P. Diddy stuff come out. And by the way, you guys, the P. Diddy stuff is nuts. By the way, Tonya, thank you so much for the super sticker. Kisses. So she is very, like, she's had a really rough go in the last few months. But something else that I found really, really telling was the alcohol, the pushing the alcohol. If I am in a relationship with someone who is sober, this would be literally like Lindsay and Carl getting married from Summer House and Lindsay promoting and creating a line all about alcohol. It's called the Lindsay Rosé, and she's taking photos of it and videos of it and promoting parties of it. And she's married to a man who cannot touch alcohol. He is a serious addict. Very, very odd. Very odd choices. So it's just a bad mix. But I actually feel bad. I do. I do feel bad for them. But I hope that, they're better off without each other. I just think it's such a nightmare. Can you imagine getting married and divorced just like that? Like so easily? She really is the Elizabeth Taylor. She's going to be she's Evelyn Hugo, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That's a great book, by the way, if anyone has read it. I know they're doing a movie. It's Taylor Jenkins Reid. And the movie's going to be starring Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Allegedly. Just kidding. Never again. Next story. Another breakup that has rocked the reality TV world has to do with Love Island. And that is Nicole and Kendall have officially called it quits. Now, we talked about this yesterday because yesterday we recapped the Love Island reunion. And when I tell you that when we were talking about Kendall and Nicole and this video that was released, et cetera, we are missing and leaving out a very large elephant in the room that I am not privy to talk about because I don't want to, speculate, but I just want you guys to be open to the idea that maybe, just maybe, if you meet a man on a reality show and then you guys come into real life, and not only do you discover that there was a video that was leaked of this man that you don't know shit about other than your time being in the villa or whatever. Because let's be real, when you're on a reality show, you get to know the person, but you don't get to really see them. And context is so important to see who their friends are, to see what their lifestyle is like, to see what they post on social media. And then all of a sudden you find out that not only was this video taken that your man sent to someone, you then find out that it was created and sent days before you went into the villa, right? When you know that you're going on to Love Island. And then you look at the context of the video. Okay. Michelle says, as Cara Berry said, that Kendall's video was more for the male gaze. And I straight up need you guys to understand this. There's a lot of conversation about this video. And I spoke about what this video showed yesterday. But I'm going to tell you this. If I was single and dating and sending nudes back and forth with men, and a man sent me that video, I would be very confused. It would give me the ick. Because I personally don't find that most women are interested in seeing cheeks spread. It's just not for me. I even went to the sources. I asked a lot of men last night, is this something that you would send to a woman? The answer was a resounding no. Although I did get a couple comments saying, listen, it's 2024. People are freaky. People are fluid. People are this. People are that. And I think men are interested in seeing that side of women. I do. I think if I had a video of me doing that and sent it to my husband, he would be very excited by it. I just don't know if women are excited by that. I'm not. Just saying. So don't be sending that to me, you guys, in the DMs. I know you want to. Don't be sending a cheeky video like that. So then what's going on is everyone is upset with Nicole after this reunion. All the girls and the guys were like, get over it. He's apologized. What's the big deal? He's apologized. She is like, guys, you don't understand. He's lied to me and then he ghosted me and he didn't call me and he's not showing up for me. And she's crying on the reunion couch. And everyone is like, I can't believe that someone leaked a video of him doing something a little inappropriate or whatever, like NSFW, and you're making it about yourself. But the point is, it is about her. We're not talking about Kendall and his life. We're talking about your relationship. Nicole has a say here. Nicole is part of this relationship. Now, she was on Nick Viall's podcast. She filmed it after the reunion. You know, they filmed the reunion last week. She did Nick Viall's podcast probably at some point over the weekend. And yesterday, which was Tuesday, last night, Kendall posted that he has broken up with Nicole. This podcast had not been released yet. Today it was released. So here's what I'm going to show you first. First, I'm going to show you guys exactly what Kendall wrote to Nicole oh my God, the first thing that came up was Bethany Frankel on my Instagram feed. What Kendall wrote to Nicole in his stories. Let's watch it together. Okay. He says, I have decided, I don't like that he did this. I have decided to end things with Nicole. Of course, he had to be the one to, put it out there. Not Nicole and I are no longer going to work. It feels very gross. It reached a point where it was not healthy for us to continue the relationship. I still love and care for Nicole. I've never developed such strong feelings for a woman in my life. I have no regrets for the connection I made with her in the villa, and it was real. She does not deserve any hate. Please stop with the negative comments and DMs. We are taking this time to focus on our mental health. Thank you, guys. Now, meanwhile, she posted on her stories on August 18th, Kendall and I agreed. August 18th is 3 days ago. So August 18th was Sunday. On August 18th, Kendall and I agreed our relationship was worth working on and we were making plans for me to visit him in Dallas soon. However, today, that's yesterday, on August 20th, he called and ended things. While I understand and respect his decision, it's hard to process this one. I opened up to him in the villa, and I still love and care for him now. I'm struggling mentally, and all I ask for is privacy during this time. She recorded this podcast for Nick Viall before this breakup happened. I want everyone to be very clear about this, okay? She has been, in my eyes, I'm Team Nicole. I don't care what you guys can disagree with me. But I really, really feel for Nicole because I would be thrown with all of this. Now, I'm going to play for you guys a portion of this podcast that glorified gossip girly, who's a Instagram. She is an Instagram, like she does what we do, right? She talks about all this stuff. She posted a clip of this podcast, and I want you guys to listen to it. I think it's very important to know the context, okay? This is from Nick Viall's podcast with Nicole, filmed before Kendall has broken up with her after the reunion.
We say I love you to Kendall. We get our phones back. We get out of the villa. What transpires?
Okay, let me do a little story time. I'll try to not make it too long.
No, please make it
we
long.
have as long as you need.
So me and Kendall, we get out of the villa that last night and we go to our hotel room. We had 2 nights in the hotel. I had 1 night with him in the hotel room before we got our phones back. So, because they kept us in Fiji to film other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great.
I just want to pause it really fast. She's talking about right after they get out of the villa. They're in love. They've just said, I love you. They're just so happy. They're living together for a night in the hotel room. They're living their best lives. Everything is good.
I get back one night after filming stuff without him. It was like 9 p.m. He had gotten his phone back. I don't have mine. And I was like, hey, I'm going to like heat up my dinner. He's like, you need to sit down. I'm like, can I just eat dinner? He's like, no, it's really bad. I'm like, oh my God, okay.
I mean, is your heart sinking at this point? Like, don't you hate it when someone's like, I need to tell you something?
No,
Don't get mad.
I was really like him. I was like, I didn't know what it could be. I had told him the day before, like, there were things that Serena had heard. And I'm like, I think we just need to be honest with each other. I know there's going to be shit when we get our phones back. I get that. Like, let's just be honest so we can like handle that together.
Let's just be honest so we can like handle that together. From what I'm seeing so far, Nicole is like, I'm open for the difficult things that are going to happen. Let's figure it out together.
Anyway, so he sits me down and he's like, so my news got leaked. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, first of all, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Because in my head, that can happen to any one of us.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for America, but I think everyone on the show at one point in their life has sent something I have to an ex-boyfriend, right? In my past.
I have.
Yeah, I felt fucking awful. And
So remember, she's not mad at him. She felt horrible for him.
he like, oh my God, my blood's gonna start boiling. He shows me the end of the video and like, it's like a screenshot of it. So I don't really have the context of like where he is or whatever. He's like, yeah, like kind of showed me. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, I sent this to someone in my past, an ex, like I really trusted.
So he shows her a screenshot of not the cheeky part. He shows her a screenshot at the end of the video where he's just standing up and kind of like going towards the camera, and you see that he's naked. He's saying, I sent this to someone in my past, an ex. That's important too.
I'm like, dude, like I am so sorry. Like that's
Terrible.
speechless,
Yeah.
right?
But you didn't really see the whole video?
No. So I have no idea. And then some of our cast who was just there with us in the hotel, like pulls me out and they were like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I feel bad for Kendall. And they're like, okay, your friends wanted to check on you. So I like call my friend. I'm like, now I have my phone back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she's like, you got a bunch of messages. We deleted them. She's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm like, I'm fine. Right. Again, I'm fine. Next day, whatever, we're all filming. And Janae pulls me in the bathroom and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, why is everybody
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone is asking, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like asking her like crazy because it wasn't just a video of him naked. And everyone is going to recognize this is not something a girl wants to see of their boyfriend. Sorry.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm like, I'm good. I just really feel for Kendall. Like, this sucks. Like, whoever did this, like, it's fucked up. She's like, have you seen the video? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I saw like a picture. She's like, okay, let me show you the video. I don't care about what the video is. I really don't. What I first noticed, because I had just been in the room with him for the past night, I see it's his hotel room in Fiji before he went on the show.
Yeah.
And I just like literally like fell to the floor and lost it because that's not what he told me.
So you guys have to understand this. He lied instantly about this video. He lied not just about the video's contents, but he lied about who he sent it to and when he took it instantly. If that's not a red flag for any single one of you in this house, I mean, in this audience right now, who's going to meet a man and the first second that you're in the real world, they immediately lie to you. Why is it okay for Kayla to hate Aaron for lying, but it's not okay for Nicole to be upset at Kendall for lying? We're going to continue.
That's not.
It's
what he
almost like
told
the
you.
first thing he told you outside of the villa was a lie.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Yeah.
What did I do? So we were out just filming something in Fiji. I went to our executive producer. I'm like, I want to leave. I don't want to be here anymore. I told her what happened. She's like, of course. I went back. I got my shit out of his room. I got my own hotel room for the night. And then we were all leaving the next day. And yeah, I don't know. I was just pissed at him. And then we all went to Universal together. We didn't have time to talk because I don't think people get like how fast it moves. But like we flew back from Fiji, had one night, and then went to Universal, whatever.
At this point, had you confronted?
And you guys, if I don't know if you remember the Universal stuff when they went to Universal was right after they finished the show. Everyone just looked so happy and having so much fun and were so carefree. And Nicole was the only one that was quiet. She wasn't posting on her story. She was like behind sunglasses. Kendall was dancing. He was living his life. He was not affected whatsoever. You would think if anyone was really affected by what had just gone down, it would be him more than anyone. And he was acting like everything was good. Everything was fine. And meanwhile, she's the one that's like hurting because she feels lied to immediately. And Kendall's dancing and doing all his stupid faces on his Instagram stories and his TikToks.
To him about the video.
I think Janae told him, like, I think he knew that I had seen it because he wanted to talk to me at Universal. I'm like, I want to have this talk
Here.
privately.
Yeah.
I think it was like a day or two later, we had a private talk in LA, and the show also wanted to film that. And I said, no, this to me is like, I need to just talk to him without cameras around.
This is real life.
I'm
Yeah.
questioning a lot. He's like, yeah, I lied to you. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you the truth in that moment. My world was crumbling down, and I thought if I told you the truth, you would leave me. I thought you would judge me.
You would judge me. I thought you would leave me, so I lied.
And I'm like, well, I wouldn't have. Now I am.
Yeah.
And now his excuse is that he was bored in the hotel room and sent it to some girl on Raya. Like, I was bored.
Why are you going on Love Island and on Raya in the days before you go on a show where you're supposed to find love? This is also, I don't care if it's for a man or a woman, it's a little weird. It's actually a lot weird. Why the hell are you going to try to start a relationship or a connection with some chick or a man or whatever on a dating app if you're about to go on a show to find love? It's like very messy.
Bored in the hotel room playing fucking crossword puzzles. I'm just saying again. And I told, like, so we had a time, like, I don't get why you just couldn't have been honest. Like, I get it though. I get these are tough moments, but like, you guys are married. When shit hits the fan, it's not an excuse to lie to your partner because you're uncomfortable about the situation. And again, it's a fuck situation. He shouldn't have to go through this. Like, I'm not shaming him, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a person, I deserve fucking respect, especially if you're saying you love me. The bare minimum I deserve is honesty. And that's how I felt about it.
Why? Like, this is the problem. It's women supporting women until it doesn't fit the narrative for whatever it is that you guys, like, not you guys, but, these women want to believe. She's being lied to by her man. Leah would freak if that was Miguel. Janae would lose her mind if it was Kenny. Serena would be pissed if it was Cordell. Like, I don't understand. And they're yelling at her on the reunion stage, like, get over it. He said, I'm sorry. It really, really upsets me. Now, I mean, the interview continues. I don't think there's anything.
People lie, they lie.
I don't think there's a lot more. But basically, obviously, he lied immediately right after. And then there was more what she had talked about, which we don't need to get into, which is the fact that after he got out of the villa and they went to Universal Studios, she flies back to Dallas or wherever she's from. I can't remember. She flies home. She's with her girlfriend. She's trying to connect with her people. She's obviously like trying to live her best life, but she's feeling a little confused about everything and probably opening up every single thing on Instagram or TikTok of Kendall. And he's like, remember that? I never want to forget that face that he made, that obnoxious face in his dances. That's what he's doing. And she's at home probably wondering, like, does he even care? He said, I'm sorry, but like, he's not actually, you want a man to run after you, to plead and beg for your forgiveness if they lie to you. Yes, I understand that he's upset that this video was leaked, but he's not acting upset that the video was leaked. He just wanted to get out of it really fast. So the whole thing is very yucky to me. I really don't like the fact that Nicole is getting killed and yelled at and treated horribly online as if she's this like really insensitive person. In my opinion, I think that she is absolutely in the right, and I would act 100% the same way. 100%. I would never trust him. It would be really hard for me to trust him. If I saw that video and then he lied about the video and then you find out he took the video right before he went on a dating show, like, come on. And that's not the only lie. There was other lies about him going out to a club and some girls at his table. Like, come on. I don't know. Now, do I think he's upset about the video leaking? Someone's asking. He's not upset if video leaked. I think he was upset about it, but he's not acting upset in any of his videos and any of what we're seeing on social. In the days after the reunion, he looked carefree and happy and was dancing and going to clubs. Didn't seem very upset. One of the people in the audience here are very, very Team Kendall. The club was not a lie. The girls told it on TikTok. Okay, listen, you can decide. People can decide for themselves. I'm just saying, this doesn't need to be like a one way, thing. I personally just know that if I was Nicole and this was my first experience with a man who I just met on a reality show, it's not going to work for me. You based your relationship on a lie. So to me, I can't. All right. Yeah, Heather says Nicole said Kendall got into some sort of confrontation with two girls at a club in Dallas, and he lied to her about that too. He's lied to her about multiple things since he left the show. And you guys don't have to remember this right now, but let me remind you, Mr. Kendall was shady AF on that island. Remember how many times he double talked people? How many times he told one girl one thing and the other girl one thing about his boys, how he was trying to protect his boys with Aaron, how he was telling Daniela, it's all good, hook up with Aaron. And then he was telling Kayla, I'm so sorry that Aaron did that to you. Did the same thing to Serena. Kendall is shady. I've always felt that from the beginning. I tried to like him because I thought he was a good guy. I don't really necessarily think that he's I think he's a liar. I think he struggles with telling the truth. I think he's hiding a lot. That's just my personal opinion. So let me know in the comments if I've pissed you off today. I'm sure I did. Welcome to Daily Dose of Donna, the show where I just talk about celebrity gossip and I find a way to piss people off. But that's how these things work. We take these things real seriously. Anyway, it's so interesting to me. I find it all like a sociological experiment to decide why and how we get upset at different things in this world. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your hump day. Hump along. Go find someone to hump. Kendall has. I hope you guys will subscribe, comment, leave a 5-star rating, review. Do all the things that I want to see. I want to see all the love. Thank you so much to Josh and Ann for gifting each 5 Daily Dose of Donna memberships, and for Tonya for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll talk to you mañana.